There we go. Happy, 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 happy Monday. Happy Monday. Happy, 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 happy Monday. Happy Monday. Happy, 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 happy Monday. Happy Monday. Happy, 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 happy Monday. Happy Monday. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, whatever time, day, or geographical location you are in. Good evening, good day, all of the things. Hello, everybody. My name is Dr. JaNee Mobley. I'm affectionately known as Dr. JaNee, and I teach women to take their purpose, their God gifted talent, and turn it into a profitable business, all while overcoming mindsets that prevent them from profit, progress, and prosperity. So, welcome to Transformational Mondays. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to my channel here on YouTube so that any and every time that I'm on or post, you get content from me. First of all, I want to say I am so grateful that you have decided to take the time to join me for Transformational Mondays. I'm usually live here on YouTube, usually every single Monday, unless there is a shift or a change in something, but I'm usually here. So we're going to go ahead and get started. If you haven't already, make sure you share this live broadcast. I want you to share it, text it to about 2 or 3 people. That's one of the great things about YouTube that I find. I really don't use Instagram Live or Facebook Live. I used to be on Facebook Live, but I really have embraced Instagram. I mean, not Instagram, but YouTube Live. So you can literally text the link to anybody that you want to. It makes it so convenient. For those of you all who are content creators, for those of you all who are entrepreneurs and really are seeking to take your business to the next level, YouTube is a great, great, great platform. I love YouTube, really, really do. It is the place where I do a lot of my shorts and a lot of my posts. I actually go live on YouTube. Good evening. Welcome from Turkish Walking. Okay, I don't know what that is. I'm not going to even read that. I'm not going to do that to myself. So welcome. Come on in. Come on in. Text this live to about 2 or 3 people. Make sure you share it and make sure y'all join me. So let me just kind of give you all a little backstory for tonight's live, because tonight I'm going to teach you all how to show up easily. And here's this: is for those of you all who know that you have a message, you know that you have a product, a service that people need to know about. One thing that I can honestly say, that you could have the greatest idea, the greatest product, the greatest service, but if nobody knows about it, it matters not. So it's no point in keeping your amazing gift, your amazing product, and your service secret. People need to know about it. So I'm going to share with you all just little, like, three tips that I want to share with you all, because I'm a very simple person, on how you can show up easily for your audience, how you can show up easily for your ideal clients, how you can show up easily for yourself, right? In creating content. I'm going to be totally honest with you all. I work a full-time job. And while I build my business, and it's one of the greatest things, and let me just say this is just me being me. If you don't care, why are you here? If you don't care, why are you here? If you don't care, why are you here? Oh gosh, let me tell y'all something. Let me just encourage those of you all who know that you have a gift that the world needs to know about. I'm going to tell you this. On your journey to doing what you know that you're supposed to be doing and getting your message out there, do not be surprised when distraction comes. and this is just a sidebar because I want to encourage somebody, because a lot of times I hear people don't want to go live, they don't want to share content, and a lot of it is due to fear, a fear of rejection, a fear of what other people have to say. And one of the things that I want you all to understand is that God has gifted you, especially if you are a believer. God has gifted you with a solution to provide for someone who has the problem that only you solve. Okay? So it is the greatest thing for you to understand that your gift is needed. Okay? Not everybody will appreciate nor embrace the gift that you are, nor the gift that you have. So this is the first thing. If you're talking about showing up, if you're talking about profiting from your purpose, you have to understand that everybody is not going to embrace you. Everybody is not going to appreciate you. And a lot of the times when you go live, especially when you go live on settings like YouTube, where anybody can just come on in, where anybody can just have at it, right? There are people who will come in with the prime mindset and focus to distract whomever is sharing the message, right? With the goal of getting them off course. I've had people come on here who questioned whether I was a woman or not, and clearly I'm a woman, right? I've had people come on here cussing and doing all of the things. But one thing that I'm clear on is that I refuse to allow anyone, even me, to stop me from getting the message out there of teaching women how to show up in their purpose boldly and authentically, and in a way that draws clients and people to them. So don't get discouraged if you get on platforms and people are negative, because here's the reality. A lot of people don't like themselves. A lot of people don't like the way they look. A lot of people don't like their life. A lot of people don't like anything about themselves. So a lot of the times what people will do is that they'll try to be a distraction to somebody else or other people who are daring to do the very thing that they're too afraid to do. So don't be discouraged. Let's do this. All right. With that being said, that's the probably amazing introduction, right? Amazing introduction. And I'm going to tell anybody, if you dare to come on here to be foolish, then that says a whole lot about you. But let's go ahead and get started. So how do we easily show up for our ideal audience and our ideal clients? Well, first is this. We have to understand that there's a mindset shift that has to take place, okay? So when I'm talking about how do you show up, first of all, I always talk about this when I have sessions with my clients and when I work with my clients in the academy. You have to shift your mindset. Like, that's the first area in entrepreneurship that you must work on, is your mindset. So when we think about mindset, and I've shared this before, if you all haven't already, make sure you subscribe to my channel and all of the things, right? So one of the first areas that we work on is mindset. So what is mindset? Mindset is a compound word, right? So if we split it apart, there's mind and there's set. Set is the position or a place of a thing, right? And then there is mind. Mind is your perception. Mind are your beliefs. Mind is your way of thinking. So when you put together mind and you put set together, it is literally the positioning or the set place of your way of thinking. This is one of the reasons why you have some people who succeed and those who don't. You have some people who set goals and those who achieve them and those who do nothing with them. You have certain people who say that they want certain things out of life and they go get them, while others stand back and observe those who are going out to accomplish their goals. It's the positioning of our mindset. This is one of the reasons why some people make more money while other people don't make any money, and some people just sit back and complain, right? So it is literally, you have to set your mind first. In entrepreneurship, one of the greatest gifts that I've given myself in the arena of entrepreneurship is surrounding myself with people who think bigger than me, who have accomplished greater goals than me, and who make more money than me. One of the things that does is it challenges me and it stretches me and it helps me to understand that, JaNee, you thinking too small. It's time to expand your way of thinking, right? If you all haven't, make sure you subscribe to my channel. And if I'm annoying, bye-bye. Bye-bye. right? So you have to shift your mindset. And this is the mindset shift that I want you to understand. And I have my notes here because I promise y'all I will not be long. So the first mindset shift that you have to understand is that you have to understand why you must show up. Why must you show up? One of the things, and I'm a believer, so the foundation of the things that I share with you all is my belief in God, my belief in Jesus Christ, right? And one of the things that I understand about God is that God is intentional and God is strategic. Everything that he did, there was a strategy associated with it. Okay, so the Bible tells us for those who are believers that we are made in his image and in his likeness, which means that we are made to think like God. We are made to, even if you don't believe that you are, this is literally what the scripture says, right? So you have to understand why you must show up. One of the things that I understand that we don't do anything haphazardly. We are to be intentional about everything that we do. Because I always tell my kids this, money you can always make. You can go get a bottle of water from the store and resell it at a greater price and make a profit. Right? But time you cannot buy back. So you have to value the time that you have. So you have to understand why you must show up. Here's and these are things that I think about, even in times when I don't feel like showing up. Even in times where I may feel discouraged and I'm not getting the results that I desire in my business, you have to understand this, that your ideal clients and customers have a problem. You got to understand this. Your ideal clients and your customers have a problem. And you have to understand that you are the solution. You possess the solution. Somebody put in the comments, solution. You possess the solution to their problem. People pay to get their problem solved. If you are hungry, you're going to go to the grocery store or either buy some food, or you're going to go to a restaurant, sit down and eat, or you're going to drive through and purchase some food. People pay for a need. We pay for the things that we need and we pay for the things that we want. So you have to understand that your ideal clients and your customers have a problem that you solve. And you have to understand, in order for them to know that you exist, that your idea exists, that your gift exists, that your solution exists, that your book exists, that your product exists, that your clothing line exists, they have to know that you exist. So you got to show up. I'm sure and I've heard people say that they had a particular idea for years. And here goes somebody who's very successful. They show up and they make money. And it's like, oh my gosh, I had the same idea. Well, what was the difference? The person who moved forward with the idea had the mindset, the positioning, and the place in their way of thinking and in their beliefs to understand that somebody's going to pay me to solve this problem, that there are enough people out there who are struggling with this particular problem that will pay a lot of money to get it solved. So I got to get up and do the work. I got to get up and market. I got to get up if there's a business plan involved, right? I got to get up and work on the business plan. I got to get up and invest in myself in order to get the idea out there. Always remember that people pay to get their problem solved. If the need is great enough, if the pain is great enough, I'm going to tell y'all this. I have heard people talk about the pain of a toothache, okay? I've seen people with abscesses, and I've seen people talk about the throbbing pain of a toothache, right? And some people, they put it off, they procrastinate, right? And then what happens? What happens is that the pain of the tooth, because that tooth has hit a nerve and it is deep in there, that pain gets so great that they have no choice but to go to the dentist or go seek medication or pain medication. But here's the thing. If you don't get to the source or the root to why the tooth is causing a whole lot of pain. You can take that medication, but guess what? After a couple of hours, that pain medication is going to wear off and that pain is going to return. So you got to get to the root of it. So what do? In order to get to the root of it, they go to the dentist, somebody who specializes in oral health, to either pull the tooth or repair the tooth. So you have to understand, just like that patient who had that throbbing pain in their tooth, you are the dentist. You are the solution to the problem that they solve. So this is why you have to show up. This is why. You have to see yourself, and it's a mindset shift. You have to understand that, hey, I know that there are a plethora of people out there who are struggling with mindset, who are struggling with getting their businesses off the ground, who are struggling to understand and cultivate and craft a message that is concise and that will cause people to draw near them, right? So you have to understand that there are a group of people out there, enough people out there who need the solution that you provide. So this is why you got to show up. This is why you have to hit social media hard. This is why you have to get up and do lives, even if you don't feel like it. Let me tell y'all, I'm a wife, I'm a mom. I work a full-time job, and this is sidebar. For those of you all who are working full-time jobs and you're wondering how or if you're able to build a business, it is doable. And I'm going to tell y'all, one of the greatest ways to finance your business and invest in your business is through a job. It's through a job. And I'm going to tell y'all, this is just a sidebar. It makes it so much easier to build the business because you don't have to worry about how you're going to pay your bills. I'm going to give y'all another mindset shift. As an employee, you go on your job. You understand that if you show up to work and you do what you're supposed to do to generate income for that company, or you show up and do your job well, you're going to get a paycheck. You're not concerned about whether the company is going to be able to pay you. You know for certain that you're going to get paid. As an entrepreneur, because you go into a system that hopefully is already created to market and to generate income. Well, as an entrepreneur, you are the accountant, you are the HR department, you are the content creator, you are production, you are the help desk, you are all of the things. You are the person who has to figure out how you're going to generate income to pay yourself. And initially, depending on your industry, that may not happen. I'm not yelling. I'm just excited. I'm just excited, right? Because this excites me. Okay, so you have to understand that you're the one who's going to be responsible for doing all of those things, right? And you still got to pay your mortgage or your rent. You still got to pay an auto loan. You still got to pay, even if you don't have an auto loan, you got to have auto insurance. You still got to pay everything that is required to build the business. You still got to pay your cell phone bill, because guess what? You need your cell phone to create content. You need your cell phone to show up live on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, X, Threads, all of the things. You need it. Thank you. You need it, right? So you have to see yourself, again, mindset shift, see yourself as the solution to their problem. And people will pay you to solve their problem if the pain is big enough. Number two, how do you make showing up easily? You prepare. Let me tell y'all something. This is, and I'm going to highlight because she's an amazing broker in the Southwest Georgia area, the real estate concierge. Now, before I go live, planning is something that you must do. It makes life easier. How am I able to wear the hats that I wear well? And I'm also, along with my dear friend, building a nonprofit organization, right? So how am I able to do all of these things? I plan. Like, planning is big for me. because I don't believe in being stressed out, nor do I believe in being stressed out a very long time. I always see every challenge as an opportunity to identify a solution, no matter what it is. Like my husband called me yesterday and told me about a potential problem. I immediately went into solution mode because I understand the way that God created me is to be a solution. Before, some years ago, when I would hear of a problem, I would like literally go into a hole and I would complain or I would get scared. Now I realize who I am. I know who I am. I know that I am a solutionist. You bring me a problem, let's come up with a solution. Right? So one of the things that makes my life easier is I plan content. I plan before I come live on here. And here's the thing. One thing about me as a coach is that I am very, very simple because I understand that in order to execute, there needs to be some form of simplicity. Even if the execution requires some level of complexity, I'm always going to identify a way to make it a whole lot easier. If y'all haven't, make sure y'all subscribe to my channel and share this live, right? I'm always going to find out some way to make it simple. So the way that you make showing up easy is that you plan. How do you plan? Okay, so let me share this. So you identify, for those of you all who have a product or a service, regardless of what it is, and I'm going to narrow this down to a month. So let's just say we're in November, we're going into December. What is it that you want to sell? Or what solution do you want that you know that your ideal clients and customers need most right now? Now, this may require some research. And when I say research, it may require you thinking about what you hear the people that you serve talk about the most. So as an example, I hear a lot of the people that I serve talk about imposter syndrome and fear being one of the reasons why they don't execute in their purpose, right? So one of the things that I'll be doing next Thursday is I'll be hosting a masterclass on mindset to movement, and I'll be covering those areas. So and here's the thing, you got to identify what product or service that you will be offering in that particular month, and then you work backwards. So let's just say you want to, I don't know, let's say you have a book that you want to market, right? And that you want people to buy. I want you to think about the title or the topic of that book. The way that you begin to plan is you begin to identify, okay, what are some areas that I cover in this book? If this book is about 10 ways to cook noodles, I'm just being silly, y'all. 10 ways to cook noodles. Then you'll find the 3 or the 4 easiest ways to cook noodles, because there's usually 4 weeks in a month. Then you create a topic for each week of the month. Let all of your posts, your reels/shorts, all of that information cover that topic for the week. So what I do is I cover a topic for the week. My topic for the week is usually what Transformational Mondays are about. That way I'm not having to do a whole lot of work. Why? Because I don't want to work that hard. Like God created, again, I'm a solutionist. That's what I need to call. I'm a coin myself. I'm a solutionist. Right? So I'm always thinking of creative ways and more concise and simple ways to create solutions to solve not only my problem, but my ideal client's problem. My ideal clients work a full-time job. My ideal clients, 9 times out of 10, are married and have children. So doing anything that is very complex and very stressful is going to be hard for them. And guess what? They ain't going to do it, which means they're not going to get any results. So you have to make sure that you plan. Again, identify what you want to sell. So do I have, okay. So, and y'all may not be able to see this. So identify, okay. Let's see. Okay. So identify what you're selling for the month. And I apologize for the ring light being in the glare of the board. But identify what you want to sell for that month. So if it is a book, right? So let's just say this is the book and you have the topic for the book. There are 4 weeks in a month. Okay? There are 4 weeks in a month. So whatever the topic of your book is about, then you're going to create 4 topics or 4 areas that you're going to cover related to that book to cover each week. That way, each post, each reel/short, each email that you send are all related to what you are selling. And I promise y'all, it makes it so much easier. Before I go live, and let me tell y'all how simple I am. I create a topic and I identify 3 tips that I'm going to provide. So as an example, hey, baseball, softball lover, glad to see you. It's been a while. So glad to see you, right? So the first area that I cover is mindset shift, because you have to have a mindset shift to be able to show up easily for those that you have been called to serve. Number 2, I talked about how planning causes progression in what you are doing. Planning is everything. Great. And I pray more than anything that you got what it was. Because here's the thing. I'm going to say a sidebar. I'm excited that you went to church. Okay. And I pray that you got a word from God that was for you. And that they taught the word, like from the Bible, opened up the Bible and gave the scriptures. Okay. I pray that they did. Because sidebar, you don't want to go to anybody's church who confesses that they are believers of Jesus Christ and they're not teaching from the Bible. That's what I'm talking about. All right. So I said, number 1, you have to have a mindset shift, okay? In order to show up easily for those that you have been called to serve, you got to understand it's so much bigger than you. Your purpose is so much greater than you. Remember that you are the solution to somebody's problem. And I want you to think about it like this. And I always give this story because I think it's very powerful. My eye is jumping. I want you to think about you being the person who, with a group of people who is in darkness, okay? And everybody is spooked, scared for their dear life. And everybody's trying to figure out how are y'all going to get out of this tunnel? And you, lo and behold, pick a light out of your pocket. And you turn the light on and everybody's excited. Oh my gosh, she has a light. He has a light. We're going to figure our way out of here. And everybody's excited. Everybody's rallying for you. Everybody is like so excited because you pulled this light out in a dark place. And you're the person who leads everybody out to the light. I want you to see yourself. I want you to see your solution as being the light to somebody's darkness. You always have to see yourself as being the solution to somebody's problem. The reason that you're able to go to the grocery store is because somebody realized that there was a need. There was a problem related to food. And they created a solution. See yourself the same way. You are no different in terms of the ability to create an idea than a big corporation. Thank you, Ivory. The only difference between you and that big corporation is that corporation has the position in their belief system, whoever the CEO or the creator of that company was, to take that company to the next level. Always remember that every idea that has been created, someone thought about it. And someone had the boldness and the audacity to move forward in that idea. Regardless of what people said, regardless of what people thought, regardless of how many no's, regardless of how many people turned them down. For those of anybody on here know KFC? Heard of KFC? Well, Colonel Sanders, from what I understand, from what I read, okay, because I'm sure y'all be doing probably a little more research than I do. But Colonel Sanders had a recipe. And this man was denied. First of all, I think he was in his 60s when he dared to start Kentucky Fried Chicken. Okay, what we know as KFC. And he was denied several times at the age of 65, at an age where people are retiring. This man was building a business. We wouldn't have known about KFC had he allowed those several no's to stop him. But remember, the difference was the positioning and the set of his belief system. He believed that he could. He believed that his recipe, or the recipe that he had, was so amazing that everybody needed to know about it. What is it that you possess that everybody needs to know about? You're welcome, success mindset. I like that. Right? Always see yourself in that way. You are the solution. I am the solution to their problem. Okay? Lastly, number 3, how do you show up easily? Here's the thing. You have fun. Okay, I'm going to end it on that. You have fun. You have fun. For those of you all who want to get to and learn more about me, make sure you click the description and sign up for my free product, the 5 mistakes that women make that are preventing them from profiting from their purpose. And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to my channel. But lastly, how do you show up for your ideal clients and customers with ease? Is that you have fun. You got to have fun. Like, you literally, and here's the thing. I'm going to share this, right? I remember when I first hit the live button for social media, where I was going live, and it was weird. Okay. I remember back then it was Periscope. And you would get, just like you do on YouTube, you get trolls who come in, and they can be so distracting. They can be so stupid. They can be so nasty. But I was myself. And the more I showed up, the easier it gets. And you have to have fun. Here's the thing about having fun. Be authentic. Oh, perfect. Perfect. I'm so glad. So glad. Right? Here's the thing. Your goal is not to be perfect. That's the first thing. Your goal is not to be perfect. Your goal is to get your content out there. Number 2, be authentic. We live in a day and time now where social media allows people to develop a relationship with people virtually. It is almost like people know people or stars or influencers as if they're best friends. And this lets me know and understand that people want to be able to connect with people on a deeper level. So if you mess up, if you stutter, if you stumble over your words, if you have kids in the background, the only reason why it's quiet here, we make our children go to bed at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time, right? Everybody's in the bed. That's the only reason why it's quiet around here, right? So make sure that you show up and you be authentic. If you're goofy, be goofy, because I'm goofy and I'm silly. Right? If you're serious, be serious. Because here's the thing. This is what it's like to work with me as a coach. I'm just giving people a taste of what it's like to work with Dr. JaNee as a coach. So every time you show up on social media, you are giving people a snippet of what it's like to experience your brand. This is one of the reasons why I tell people that I am a believer. So anytime I say Jesus, anytime I say Christ, anytime I pray, this is a part of my brand. Sidebar. Hold on. Right? So you want to make sure that you show up authentically. This is supposed to be fun for the most part. Right? And it makes it so much easier when you can show up, not be fake, not be phony, never desire or seek to present yourself like everybody else does. There are a lot of people in my industry who do things a little bit differently. I tell people that I work a full-time job. The reason why is because it helps me to let people know that I'm a real person. And it also helps me to help the individual, because here's the thing. There are some people who can take the leap and leave their job and build their businesses. And a lot of times people won't tell you the backstory as to how they were able to do that. They may not be married. They may not have children. They may have, I know somebody who left their job and she was able to retire. So she had a whole retirement check coming in, right? You have people, everybody's situations are different. And you cannot intertwine or question yourself when it comes down to your life based on the measure of somebody else. So the reason why I tell people I work a full-time job while I work my business, because I want you to understand that, one, that you can do it. For the person who is working a corporate job, the doctor part comes from a doctor to pharmacy. So, and I'm on here longer than I usually am, but hold on, I'm almost done. But I let people know that you can do this. I let people know that I'm a wife. I let people know that I'm a mom, because you don't have to sacrifice your marriage, as I've heard a lot of people do, to achieve success. What does it profit a man to gain the whole world and lose his soul? So I share this to empower my audience, to empower my ideal clients, that yes, you can build a business and build a marriage. Yes, you can be a great mother. Yes, you can build a business and be a great wife. Yes, you can build a business while you work a full-time job and allow your full-time job to finance your business. Because let me tell y'all something. It ain't nothing like, and this is just a sidebar, the worst thing that you can do is sell to people when you are in a deficit. I'm going to say that again. The worst thing that you can do is try to sell people when you are in a financial deficit. Because what's going to happen is people are going to notice, they're going to feel, they're going to sense that you're in a need, that you're in a dire situation. And it's going to repel them away from you. So it's so much easier to show up from a place of abundance where there is no lack. I can flow freely because my bills are paid. I'm able to invest in myself in coaching, because I have a coach, right? And I'm able I'm able to invest in my business because I work a full-time job. I'm able to make whatever investments that are required for me to expand and to serve my clients at my greatest capacity and highest level with ease. So if you work a full-time job, yes, you can build a business. You can start a business. You can build a business while you are working a full-time job. And it's easy. It makes it so much easier. Okay. So, yes. So all bringing all of it together is the way that you show up easily for your ideal clients and audience is, one, shift your mindset and understand that why you're doing what you're doing. Who is it that you are serving? What solution are you solving for somebody's problem? Number two, make sure you plan. Identify what it is that you want to sell for the month and create 4 topics for each week of the month and create reels, posts, all of those things. The last thing to that part is make sure you schedule it. If you work a full-time job, schedule all of your content. Trust me, it makes life so much easier. Schedule your content. Schedule your content. And lastly, have fun. With every post, with every reel, with every short that you do, have fun with it. Be yourself. Let people know what it will be like to work with you if they decide to. So I appreciate you all for joining me. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to my channel. And if you would like to know more about how to work with me or sign up for a discovery session just to see if we would be a great fit, make sure you click the link in the description section of this live. And I hope to see you soon. You all have an amazing evening. And remember to know your worth. Good night, y'all. Bye.